Well,
You can always just ask people if they spice.
yeah, there you go. All right. So let's get going with Dungeons and Dragons. Um, who wants to give a recap of where we left off last time we played?
So we pursued the necromancer lady up the little cliff shelf in that cave. Police grabbed her, but she dimension doored away. Artemis and Agony tried to blast through that hole separating the two parts of the cave that was blocked with boulders. Didn't have much luck there, but they managed to pop in a little hole. Palouse forged on ahead, chasing after Necromancer Lady. He found her little campsite in the cave, dug around through her plants and ingredients, ate some weird plants. He's probably fine. Who knows? We investigate further into the cave, and we find the necromancer lady again, and she has that casket we're looking for. But there's suspicious looking magic going all around on it. We try to talk her, into like, hey, we are here to get that casket. What are you doing with it? And she's having none of that, so she summons up a bunch of her undead minions, including a bunch of flaming skulls and a zombie beholder. We all roll horribly on initiative and get comboed by 3 fireballs and a circle of death, and a disintegration beam, which didn't hit. And so we just tank through a whole bunch of damage. Charging forward, get a bunch of smite crits, get some more fireballs to the face. The beholder and the fire skull get banished, and before too long, Nick Facility decides to dip out and dip its doors away again. So we finish off what fire skulls are left in there, grab the casket, and boogie out of there before the beholder and remaining skull pop back in. And that's about where we left off. We are heading down to Summit Hall, casket in tow, knowing that Necromancer Lady and I'm assuming her unbanished minions are maybe they're pursuing us. We have no idea yet, but she wanted the casket for a reason, and I think that's where we are.
And I believe we found a place to camp for the night outside of the storm area.
Yes, correct. So you have indeed camped for the night. You set up camp outside of where you're seeing all these crazy elemental storms happening across the Somber Hills. And you are able to rest for the night. As you do, was there anything I figured I didn't really plan for tonight because I figured y'all were just going to talk to each other again for like 2 hours before you go to bed. Is that just the...
Okay, Artemis, I have a question for you. Artemis, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Please tell me your entire life's backstory.
I'm going to bed now, John.
So as you go to rest for the night, Agony, I will need you to make me as you kind of feel this power surging through you and surging through your necklace.
Could I even make an attempt to remove it? Could I even make a roll, or is it's that bad?
Yeah, the way that the curse works is you cannot willingly remove this thing.
Ooh, yep.
Was it a dream that I remember Artemis and Palus both fighting with her to get it off at some point? Or did that happen?
That was the last time we took a long rest, yeah.
Okay.
That happened.
So as you go to rest, Artemis, you're going to cast your spell again. Do you have a spell slot to use?
After a short rest, I would, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I suppose as long as you have this spell readied, then you could do that at any time before you go to take a rest. So Artemis again conjures a dream. So Artemis, why don't you make me a check, just like a check with your spell casting modifier. Confirmed. Alright, give me 1 second. I'm trying to find where I have this. All right, here we go. Oh, all right. So you succeed. You are able to, as you kind of feel this other presence in Agony's mind, you're able to fight it off. You're able to contend with it and wrest control for the night. And you hear. Actually, no, she wouldn't necessarily be aware of this in this moment. So you, Agony, Artemis, what dream do you provide for Agony?
What was my plan? Oh, right. I'm going to conjure from my memory the city of Luskin, which lies to the north, sits on the mouth of a river. It's going to be again, pulled from Artemis's memory. It's going to be like the big regatta they hold every year. That's where they have all these pirate ships go out and race each other through the big rocks and small little islets that occupy or that like take up part of the city. And it's just like the whole town comes out and cheers for their respective sort of faction that works in Luskin. And there is only a moderate amount of violence that ensues both in the competition and outside of it.
Okay. Nice. So you
It's a pirate town, so
Agony, as you go to bed, kind of ready for another fitful night, you have a very different kind of dream. Have you ever been to Luskin before? Agony, would you know?
No.
Then you would definitely not recognize this place.
I mean, maybe I've seen it, like, paintings or something, I don't know, but...
Yeah, make a history check.
Let's see. No.
Yeah, no. You have no idea. You're just like... And you're kind of in like a dream state, so you're not necessarily thinking about, like, where am I? You're just kind of enjoying the thing that's going on around you.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a nice, restful night of sleep. And lose a level of exhaustion.
Hey, I'm back to 0, isn't it?
Alright.
Woo!
I'll just show Agony
Nice.
like the racing pirate boats and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's in my dream again. Where the hells are we?
This would be Luskin during the Captain's Regatta. Held once every 5 years.
Oh, I've never been this close to the ocean before. It is beautiful.
Really?
Can we go for a swim? Maybe not. Actually, I want to watch the boats, and then maybe jump in the water.
Well, we could. Okay, I mean, we could do that. I like grab her by the hand, step on the railing of the bridge that we're standing on, and jump off, pulling her with me, and we appear on a pirate boat.
Oh shit.
Let's say like John, Palouse, and Sablin are here, all wearing like classic sort of pirate costumes with the bandanas on their heads and shit. Agony and I are in like the fancy long coats with the cool boots and the tri-corner hats and shit.
Mm. I like this. I like
On the helm, and I'm just like, well, thank you. And I'll just like, I'm up on the helm. I'll just tell her, waiting for orders, Captain.
All right, that
Orpheus
way.
is a parrot on my shoulder.
Cute. Onward to that island.
Yeah, and we'll just race fucking boats.
Yep. Oh, you muted, Eric.
A lovely night of boat racing in your dreams.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And you wake up very well rested. And as you all wake up the next morning, cooking breakfast, getting ready to continue on your way, the storms are just continuing. They do seem to be like calming a bit. Like it seems like
Ever so
maybe they
slightly.
like there was some sort of release of energy that is like calming, though it is maybe also spreading a little bit. You feel like it's getting closer to you, like you slept outside of the wall of water, but it's definitely like getting ever so closer to you where this storm is. So, is your plan to continue along this path down to Summit Hall today?
Yes.
Maybe we should investigate the casket first. Maybe we figure out what she was trying to do to it.
Sure. I don't think we can open it though. It appears to have these magical wards on it or something.
Yeah, if anyone wants to make an investigation check, you're welcome to.
What are we investigating?
The casket.
Ah, I see. I don't know if police would investigate that.
It's a box. I'll shake it. Yep, dead in there.
Yeah, you
Very fancy box.
It's definitely a box. There's probably a body inside of it based on the weight and how you've carried it. Sablin, you recognize that some of the runes seem somewhat familiar to you, as like runes of protection. And you remember that what she was doing was she was like fighting against whatever magic was on the casket. So you can kind of make the deduction that she was trying to break this spell, this protection spell against opening it, that that was stopping her from opening it, and she failed. And the spell is still active, and I think you all tried to open it maybe when you took it, but were not able to, as these runes like kind of lit up and shocked you a little bit.
Pelus, help me. If we throw it hard enough, it should break itself open.
No. Actually, I think it's supposed to stay closed. Like looking at these runes, it seems like she wasn't like adding them to it. These are there before she was messing with them. She was trying to break them actually. So maybe the runes are a good thing.
Armus comes walking up carrying a Pelus's axe. So not chop chop.
I'm thinking no chop chop.
And here's my question: how'd you convince Artemis?
Here you go,
How'd you
buddy.
convince
Hand it
him to
back.
give you the axe?
Yeah.
It's like, give me that axe. I've been looking for this all morning.
Give me that back.
Pelus just wakes up in the morning with a note. I owe you 1 axe.
I eat it.
No.
The note, not the axe.
The coffin?
The note.
Oh, the
That's it.
note.
It's pretty iron
That's the
heavy.
note.
All right.
Wonder if the runes are there to protect us from getting into it, or to protect whatever's in it from getting out.
I don't think I could. I think it's just to keep it closed. So there's no telling whether it's to keep it in or people out.
Well, he didn't say we have to look inside of it, right? We just gotta take it back.
I mean, we can assume that this is the coffin he's looking for, right?
I'll yell loudly into the coffin if the occupant inside is okay. Listen, hear nothing. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's so we don't get it.
Actually, that's a good point. I'm gonna activate my divine sense and try and see if there's any kind of signs of like necromancy inside of it.
Ooh.
That's yeah. As you do so, you sense nothing.
Let's see here.
What do you sense, Sablin?
Well, show me. Yeah, post divine sense, because what exactly does it sense?
I need to turn these into buttons.
Undead,
Let me
I think.
copy paste that real quick. Let's see here.
I think it detects fiend, undead, and celestials.
Yep.
And he
Or
literally smells them, if I remember correctly.
Is Orpheus with you?
Oh, and also
I
detect
guess
whether
it
it's
would be. Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
also-
Sorry, go ahead.
and also detect whether it's been consecrated or desecrated. As with the
yeah.
hollow spell.
Okay, yeah. So this has definitely been consecrated. This casket has.
Okay, from what I can
Right.
tell, it's actually like good magic. It's like it's kind of holy. It's kind of consecrated.
What does that mean? It's constipated?
I mean, close. It means it's like it's blessed. It's holy. It's filled with good magic.
I wouldn't say constipated is similar to blessed, but okay.
It's a blessing to some.
I truthfully, it's a very confused look.
I just stone faced.
I mean, sometimes we eat like the
know
wrong
Does it know what the word
plants, and you just kind of want it to stop.
Maybe we should all get going.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll,
All
we'll take
right.
it.
John has
constipated.
been just walking ahead of you at this whole time.
So as you begin moving down the path, are you walking through the rain through that part of the path?
You said it's getting kind of lighter on the edges of the area, right? Or
Yeah, it's not. It's
If
it's
it-
like pouring rain,
If it
but
doesn't
it's
look too bad, if it looks like it's not too bad and it would be easier than trying to go slightly around it, then yeah.
I have the world's best poncho. I am not afraid of rain.
all right. So you guys trudge through the rain, and it's. I mean, it's raining hard, but nothing that you stalwart adventurers can't handle. And it's
weird
only
question. I was
Go
say
ahead.
weird question. How long is the coffin?
Oh gosh.
Like if I were to hold it over my head, how many of us could I shield from the rain with the coffin?
I mean, it's my get. Let me think. It would probably be around 7 feet, maybe a little shorter. Probably around 7 feet, because there's like a little bit of room at the head and the foot.
My weird question is, do
Maybe
my
2 people?
slippers of spider climbing let me walk on top of mud?
No, no, because they kind of
Okay.
stick to a surface, but they don't make you like light-footed necessarily, right?
I'm just light-footed naturally, but yeah.
Yeah, you are naturally light-footed. This is true. So you may not be sinking in particularly deep. It is a bit of a trudge for you all. But after maybe a little over an hour of walking along the path, you move through the rain and exit into a space where it is more open. Let me move you. And you're walking again. Now you exit, and besides that rain, the weather around it isn't too bad. It seems like a nice day. Clouds are kind of forming towards. It's almost like there's these like clouds that dissipate the farther away from the hills that they get. When you look up in the distance, things kind of look nice. Yes, Sam, you should be rolling for a beard. I forgot that you were wearing that.
Forget, what are the odds on it? I think it's a D100.
Alright, I can pull it up real quick.
Do we get to see what's going on in the rock?
50% each
John?
day of growing a full beard. If I'm capable. John has never grown a beard before, so I do not know if he is capable.
Is your race capable? I think you can.
Humans, yes. Elves, technically, weirdly, I don't think ever are considered.
I think
to be-
half elves can.
I would imagine you have like a tiny patch.
Just it grows into that perfect
Half-elves
like
can totally grow
twirly
facial hair.
mustache.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Roll
How many days has it been? Like 3?
No, it's been like one day. Time.
Well, I've had the belt for a few days, probably.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you got it a day before. Here, let me move that into
It looks like one of the 2 days, depending on how you want to rule it. I grew a beard or some form of facial hair.
All right, nice. Yeah, so we'll say this morning. for narrative purposes, John woke up and he's got like a nice kind of like patchy, thin beard growing.
The fun part is
Nice
he isn't
patchy
aware of
bed.
it. His face just itches a lot, and he keeps scratching it.
All right. So, as you all continue to walk through the hills, moving down this path towards where you know Summit Hall stands, you begin to hear some shouts and the clang of steel over the hill beyond you. What do you all do when you hear this noise?
Investigate
Investigate sneakily.
stealthily.
Yes, that.
Right. So you want to kind of sneak up the hill? Yeah, why don't you all roll stealth then as you try to like peek over the ridge?
I'm still carrying the casket, so it was just a lot of clanging and fumbling as I almost drop it in a couple times.
You know, you guys really should learn to just let me handle this.
So yeah, John, you like
Well.
light-footedly step up to the ridge. Artemis kind of sneaks up behind you, and then the rest kind of come like tripping over each other. And though it seems that John kind of going ahead a little bit stopped at the perfect spot that nobody sees you, because as you do crest this ridge, you see a battle occurring. You see a group of terrified travelers that are huddled around a wagon, and before them, a group of knights fighting, outnumbered by a gang of gnolls, accompanied by a couple giant hyenas and a water elemental of a type that you haven't seen before, as it's armored. This
The
element.
question is, do we recognize any of the
fancy
gnolls?
elemental.
You can make a perception check as you look.
I
at
got
this.
a 25 on my perception check just a moment ago.
So you would recognize a symbol which you've come across before upon them. I mean, you definitely notice that they have symbols of the water cult, but also I believe Palouse has told you about. I believe you all encountered the Mischievers tribe before, and Palouse pointed out what that was. So you
They
would
were the
recognize
bad ones, right?
that these were like
Yep.
Palouse's rival tribe.
Okay.
They're actual bad boy gnolls.
So John, as everyone is sneaking up, just goes, we got a lot of problems. And he looks as they all start to trip all over each other.
Well, I mean, I've been saying that for a while now, but... Alright, gang, time to go to work.
Gnolls, right? And he just looks at the party.
The side that's not water elemental, yeah.
No?
What if we just
Listen,
walk around or
I
something?
never know anymore how anyone's going to align themselves in any moment, in any situation.
There is still mud on my shoe.
Palouse, you suggested that we just walk around?
Yeah.
I
we
will
can't.
walk down the cliff perfectly fine, thank you very much.
What do you mean just walk around? People are about to get killed here.
Yeah, we have to help them.
You hear screams, ah! And there's
Oh
these
shit,
knights.
okay, you're right.
There's these knights who are like outnumbered. They're not yet defeated, but they are fighting on their heels.
Okay, fuck, help them.
I thought you were about to bring up the trolley problem here. Like, do we let these people die or live?
No. I wasn't listening to the details.
Oh.
I didn't hear that there was people that needed to be
You
saved.
thought it was just Knowles walking by?
I thought it was just Knowles. I'm like, oh, just get the fuck out of here.
No, there were people being attacked.
My bad.
Yes.
So, then as you prepare to rush down the hill, why don't you all roll initiative?
Where are our tokens?
Top
Top
corner.
left corner.
The top left.
Oh, my bad. Damn.
As soon
It's weird
as
not
as soon as I
both.
see Knowles, I am alert.
I'll destroy these guys.
Also water elemental because I technically died to 1, so
Yeah, where is
That's
that?
alright.
Is that the watermelon tool right there?
watermelon.
Yeah, so this is the water
It's
elemental
watermelon?
facing off against a woman in heavy armor.
Hmm.
There are a bunch of just gnolls around. You see these 2 hyenas. And then there's this gnoll back here who's kind of firing with a longbow and barking orders to the others.
Interesting.
They're all mixed up, so I can't just fireball them, you bastard.
That's why you did it.
I mean,
I could.
I just need to get in the middle of them to where they are affected by my aura, then you fireball away.
All right. So let me just roll real quick. Oh my gosh, I got too many things to roll.
Hopefully, don't shoot me.
Yeah.
oh, that's gonna be delightful. Seeing you come charging over the hill. Another one, shoot it!
Well, they don't. They seem to.
No.
They seem to be melee, so.
Yeah,
We can make this a super easy encounter if Agony and I just fireball in the middle.
And then we have another Sholar situation.
But I also have
They're
my 5
far
kids
away.
back.
I think that. Oh wait, let me get this guy. Christ Almighty.
God damn, are these hyenas?
Giant
Mhm.
hyenas.
Yeah, they're giant hyenas.
They gotta be giant.
Yeah, they're giant.
They're chubby hyenas.
Chubbers.
Okay, I think that's everyone. Oh my
They're
god.
thick hyenas.
So many NPCs.
Thicky boys. Yeah.
Exactly, Max.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So Agony, as you crest the ridge and you see this battle going on, again you see there are already some fallen gnolls and a fallen knight whose corpses lay on the ground. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to try and get their attention. I'll be brave. I'm gonna like walk by this big rock here, so I have a little bit of cover. And say, "Hey, hey, you Knowles! Look at me, yes. Pay attention to me, big juicy morsel over here." They're not
So you're
paying
trying to
attention.
distract them?
Yes. And whoever looks first, I'm gonna shoot them.
For some reason, I thought you were about to call them nerds.
So are you gonna hold an action? Wait, do you want to just shoot them right now as they turn and look at you?
Yes, I'll just shoot them.
Make a performance check. Make a performance check.
Where the fuck is it?
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, the both the red gnoll and the red hyena, the ones closest to you, both kind of just turn their heads for a second in your direction.
Mhm.
Like, huh?
Cool. Then I will twin firebolt, one for each.
Okay, nice.
Oh well, that's unfortunate. That was the red guy, and then 10 for the giant hyena.
All right, so you do hit the gnoll. So why don't you roll that damage? And he seems already injured, like he's been in this fight with the knight. And as you hit him, he just goes up in flames and goes, "Ah!" Gives a scream. But the hyena, you completely whiff.
Oof. I tried. It's okay. Yeah, come get some! I shake my butt at him. I'm lively today. I got my rest.
Yeah, you're feeling better than you have in a while. All right, is that the end of your turn?
Yes, sir.
All right, the giant hyenas then This one is going to, though it looks at you, it immediately turns back to the one who has done damage to it and who it's been fighting. And it has advantage on this because it has pack tactics, and it's going to make a bite attack.
Oh shit.
So it does 9 damage to this guy, who's looking rough as he goes, ah! It just like bites a chunk into him. He tries to push it off with his sword. And then, let me see, I think it does this too. Yeah, it's also going to use its bonus action because this thing is fucked up and it is feeling the blood frenzy as its prey is near death. So it'll get to take another bite. But the knight is heavily armored, so 16's not going to do it as it pulls up its arm, which is in plate mail, and just kind of like puts its arm in its jaws and pushes it off. The other one's going to do the same thing to the knight that it's facing. So it makes a bite attack that misses, but because it's at half hit points, we'll be able to make another one, which does connect. And this one looks like this knight down here by the orange giant hyena looks real rough. He's on his way out. All right, John.
Okay, so first question: can I try to slide down the hill and save a little bit of movement?
Yeah, sure. I'd say make an acrobatics check, and if so, I'll let you get like 20. I'll let you do double. Oh yeah, okay, great. So I'll say you can get like to here with just 10 feet of movement as you slide down. Real smooth.
And then how much movement to get up to that hyena from where I am?
So that's 50.
Okay, so I can get up to there as a bonus action dash.
Mm-hmm.
And then along the way, I will throw out and create a... Not good. I don't remember what that is, but let me check real quick. Bag of beans, where are you and the creatures that you create?
Maybe a badger.
Yeah, it's not something big or dangerous. It's...
Might be a rat.
Oh, that's bag of beans. Whoops, wrong bag. You got too many bags. Here we go. Bag of tricks. Giant rat.
Giant rat.
Giant
Yeah,
rat.
there you go.
Giant rat.
Badger's not so 3. And I'll drop a giant rat into... So I'm going to run up to like 10 feet away from him and I'll throw it. Or so it's going to land up next to orange. Right when I get next to him, I'll throw it.
Up to the orange hyena.
You know, like the top corner right up above the human. So it can maybe help him. I don't know.
Yep, sounds good. Let me put that on.
And that's my action, bonus action movement. And I'm not really capable of fully doing much of these things currently, so...
Yep, I'll move your guy.
I got to there, and that's about all I can do.
Cool, I put the...
And I think a giant rat is only medium?
Yep. Yeah, I just dragged it on for you. So you can see
Okay.
it right there. You should be able to control it and roll its stuff.
There's the bag of tricks.
Do you have to, does it get its own initiative? I think it does, right?
It does.
So if you want to roll...
I'm currently working on.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So you pull out this rat.
Hey, it's going last.
Put that
Or
in
just
order.
about. No, it is last.
Yep, it's last. Though the knights didn't do much better. Okay. So that's the end of your turn, yes?
Yes.
All right. So the leader, who's standing in the back with his longbow out, sees you all crest over the hill. Sees John rush forward and
Surfs down the hill and then runs forward.
Yeah, throwing a giant rat at one of his minions, and is going to cry out in Knoll, which I suppose Palouse would understand, and say, Just like, focus on the knights first, then the new intruders. And is going to use its multi-attack to make a couple longbow attacks. We'll say it's going to shoot at John. Well, no, because he just told these people to focus on the knights. So he's going to focus on the knights. So he's going to shoot at this knight here. The one next to the orange and purple guys. Shoot a couple longbow shots over that way. And that second one will connect. For 10 piercing. And then he's going to use his Incite Rampage and order his hyena, say, finish him off. And the hyena is going to try to bite that knight. The orange hyena is going to try to bite the knight next to him. And
Not
he
the
does.
rat.
You know, he's trying to kill these knights first, and he bites down and he chomps the knight's head right off clean and just like chews it and swallows it.
I said, I don't think I can healing word that.
Wait, so one of the knights just died? Fuck.
Yeah, one of the knights just died.
Full decap.
And all right, and then it is the Knoll's turn. So I'm just going to start off from the top. The green one's going to attack the person who he's fighting, but no. Then we will say the blue one is going to attack that knight. Nope. The purple and orange, they both get a +2. So the second one will get in a hit upon that knight, who seems a little more steady as he's fighting. He's a little more trained than the others, like the ones who just got decapitated. But they do get a spear hit in on this one, and he is looking rough. And then and then these gnolls are gonna kind of close in. Let's see, we'll say one goes here. And this one will rush over to him. So we'll get 2 more attacks. So the second one will hit on that. So the blue one hits. Or no, I guess pink. Does a little bit of damage to that knight. Alright, so these 2 knights who are still standing, this one here and this one here, are looking rough. This knight is still looking okay. She's kind of calls out to them and says, she says, hold on, we can survive this. And as she sees you all rushing down, she looks towards them. Oh, you know what? I forgot that this guy has a parry, so he actually didn't take that first hit. I'll give him back some hit points. Anyway, so she's going to usher this command towards the knight that's closest to her, the one by the purple, and he will get a bonus. And then is going to, with her great sword, she is going to swing at the green one, the green gnoll that's next to her. She gets 2 attacks. And so the first one, the gnoll dodges, but the second one hits. And that is her turn. Sibel, it is to you.
I'm going to turn to Palouse, and I'm going to say, last time we fought the gnolls, we were able to save a few of them. Do you think we could do that again here?
Yes. I think it's possible.
Okay, I'll focus on saving the knights then, and I'm going to use a dash to charge all the way over here. On a bonus action, I'm gonna activate the flame tongue on my sword and whip it out, and it's all burning with some black fire. Looks cool, and I'm gonna just yell out of the knolls like, "Hey, over here!" And that'll be my turn.
Right, so you just dash forward to come and assist with this fight. Inflaming your longsword. Palouse, it's to you.
Yeah, I can't do too much either, so I'm just gonna move up to where Sablin's at. And I'm gonna use my axe powers to use Misty Step.
Oh, nice.
And I'm gonna try to step as close as possible. I'm gonna try to
That's another
get
60 feet.
30, unfortunately, so
Okay.
I'm not sure where I should go. I guess I'll flank them. I'm gonna go right over here,
Cool.
and that'll be my turn.
All right, Artemis.
Okay, so give me 1 second here. I'm drawing the line. I'm wall of firing.
Ooh.
Nice.
I was wondering I was seeing all that arrow go around. I was
There
like,
we go.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think I've maximized bullshit here. Let me measure this out. Boop, 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 boop. So I don't play D&D. I play Tetris. There we go. Yeah, so let's do that.
Wow. All right. So this winding wall of fire appears, and just kind of like cuts a line through. It's like you like write Zorro almost as you
But
do your.
my rat.
So I'm gonna have the. Oh, here I should probably specify that.
Yeah, I would guess
wall is going to be. Yeah, flames are going to go this way.
Yeah.
Or heat is projected this way.
So.
Yeah, thanks. You need to start making dexterity saves.
So everybody that's in it makes a dex save, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll just go around. This is the Giant Hyena, number 1. The Red Hyena and Orange Hyena fails. It's a DC 17. Okay, so both of them fail. We got Blue Knoll, Pink Knoll, Orange Knoll, Yellow Knoll. All of them fail. And the leader fails. Okay, so everyone failed. And how much damage was that?
20 damage.
Oofda. Alright, so that is going to incinerate all 4 of those gnolls.
Damn.
I look at the fire and I turn to Palouse.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I mean, they made their decision.
I love how
right?
you guys were like, "Do you think we could save the gnolls?" Totally, and then Artemis kills 4 of them.
Hey, you didn't just kill 4 gnolls. You also killed a rat.
No, the rat's not in it.
Yeah, the rat was totally in it.
The rat was totally in it.
If you pointed the fire out, like the rat just fucking instantly was kebab.
I think the rat would only take it at the end of his turn if he's within the 10 feet.
Out of the wall.
He has to be in it to take the damage initially.
Dude,
you take the damage initially, and then I project it, and he has to like not be there at the end of his turn.
He could be alive if you.
So rat lives.
He could be alive.
He's a rat burger, but that's fine. If you really want to give the rat burger his life, we'll let him live forever.
So you can, as long as he's 10 feet away from that side at the beginning of it.
No, see, he wasn't given any instructions beyond help. So
got it. So he'll be dead at the end of his next turn.
Probably.
All right. Is that the end of your turn, Artemis, as you barbecue a bunch of gnolls?
Yeah, that's me.
I was going to blow them up, Artemis, but that works too.
I just give her a thumbs up. Wink.
Says I can't fire ball, I'll fire wall. All right. Well, this armored water elemental you see moving with very swiftly. It has a trident in its hands, and it's fighting against this knight. It's going to use. Suddenly, its trident is kind of encased in ice, and as it makes its attacks, you see ice kind of spitting off of the ends of it. So it's going to make 3 attacks. Oof.
Kaboom.
So, yep, those are all going to hit her. Actually, she can parry, so she will parry the first one. Let me see what that does exactly. Yeah, so she'll parry the first, but then the other 2 are going to hit. That's 17 plus 19 is 36. Yeah. Oof, okay. She's now looking rough.
Oh shit.
Man, these knights rolled terrible. They're like all on the bottom of the thing.
Fuck.
All right. So the knight is going to, after seeing his after this wall of flame has taken out 2 of the guys that he was fighting against, he's the one next to the purple knoll is going to take a couple swings with his mace towards that knoll. Oof. All right, yeah, but neither of them are going to hit. Although, actually, when he makes that attack, the woman yells out to him, and he can add a d4, which is, he just needs 1, so one of them will hit. She yells out to him and says, "Come on now, for Samular!" And so he hears that and he looks, and his second attack just cracks this knoll across the jaw. Though it does still stay standing, it is very wounded. The other knight, seeing this giant hyena, seeing everyone barbecued, is not so brave, and is going to use his action to disengage and kind of run back and say, I'll protect the wagon," and runs back here and kind of like stands guard next to all these people.
Fair enough.
All right, the giant rat. What is the giant rat gonna do?
So even if he backs up to the other side of the enemy that he's currently engaged with, he's still within 10 feet of that wall. So he will die. But before he does, he's going to go for the nuts. And fail horribly.
He just jumps into the wall.
Yeah.
He jumps into the fire and just poops.
Yeah, tries to take a bite of the hyena's nuts, but misses, and then just burns
Hyena
in the wall
farts
of
at the
flame.
same time, and the fire cloud just...
Amazing. All right.
So yeah, the rat's dead, and I don't have the ability to hit delete key. Thank you.
All right, I got him. All right, Agony.
Alright, I don't know if this is gonna be overkill, but let's see.
Never.
Let the animals go. They're innocent.
No.
They're literally
Dogs
unaligned.
don't stop attacking until they're dead.
Okay, fucking balls.
I mean, they're hyenas, not dogs, but you know.
They're still trained attack animals.
Fuck.
Just because their
Are
master
they?
taken out doesn't mean their last command isn't still valid.
I'm not close enough to any of these fucks to quote unquote heal them. Fuck.
Can you heal a head being taken off? Because I can't.
No.
Just attack the water elemental if you got something.
I was gonna turn one of the knights into a T-Rex.
Ooh!
spicy.
I don't think you could turn the knight into a T-Rex.
Why not?
It has to be
Because you
willing.
can't polymorph it into something that's higher challenge rating than them.
That's a
Well,
good point.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Makes
true,
sense.
actually. But also, they have to be willing.
I would assume they'd
Otherwise,
hopefully
they'd
be
make
willing.
a save against it.
Well then.
Could you turn the water elemental into like a snail?
Not close enough.
I hear
need-
that's fun.
I need 60 feet. No.
All right, what are you doing?
Okay. I can at least summon my spiritual weapon. Right over, I guess here. Sure, right there. Summon spiritual weapon on this hyena because it's just the closest thing I could really get it to. And then,
Your spiritual weapon appears over a dead Knoll's body.
and then, come on, stibbity stab. Ooh, doing good, doing
Stab,
good.
that's definitely gonna hit. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, nice.
It's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, it takes a nice stab into the hyena, who gives out a yelp of pain. Oh.
And then I will firebolt the water elemental.
Okay.
18?
18 hits. Yeah.
Nice. 9.
All right. And as you hit it, the fire kind of bubbles away some of the water, and then quickly turns to steam, but seems to have an effect.
It does something. Like the sound effects of the yelling.
Yes.
And Max tonight will be playing the role of the terrified villagers.
Sounds about right.
All right, is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay. These hyenas then are turning their attention towards
Anyone
your
else notice
party.
that time he did it perfectly in line with the music? The
This Knoll is actually going to kind of move. It just moves here. This hyena, do they just have 30 feet? Let me just double check their move speed. Oh, 50 feet. Oh, fuck yeah. Right. Actually, so it's going to come here and here. So, these hyenas, then the red one's going to make an attack on John. And then the orange one gets an attack with advantage because they have pack tactics against Palouse. So 16, does that hit you, John?
exactly hits me.
Alright.
But I will uncanny dodge it down to 6.
Alright, so that's 6 damage to you, and then that's 9 damage to you, Palouse. I believe you weren't raging quite yet, were you?
I'm not raging yet. Nope. I had a
Okay.
Misty Step. That was a bonus action.
That's right. So you take 9 damage.
Okay.
And that is the hyena's turn. As they're both, you see these hyenas that you were just telling people not to attack. The two of them are now like kind of standing at your face, baring their teeth at you.
To be fair, they did get stabbed before that, though.
They did, yeah. John, it's your turn.
I'm going to stab the red one. And then, for some reason, sneak attack isn't an option being added to that. And I don't remember what sneak attack is for my current level.
Are you
46
pure
sounds
rogue?
Right? Yeah. 46.
1, 3, 5, 7. Should be 5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So 24 damage to the red one.
All right. Yeah, you you just slaughter it. Explain to me how you kill this thing with your one blow of your dagger.
He literally just takes the dagger and he stabs it into it, and he runs around it and like guts it,
Oh god.
and goes around to this one and takes a bonus action to just stab with, an extra dagger, because I have like 20 of those +1 daggers right now.
Alright, so this is like an offhand attack.
Yeah. And he's just it's just a pure 7 damage.
Alright, nice. So yeah, and that's gonna hit too. So nice. So you just gut the one.
And as he's gutting it, he's looking at Pelus going, sorry.
Well, it was their violence first, but still.
And that's my turn.
Stab the other one. The leader now is going to kind of back up in this direction. And as he does, shoot a couple of... Let's see, actually it was here. Let me just see, it's probably going to just move its full movement. Because he's got his longbow and he's kind of backing up. And let me roll to see if he can get his... Oh, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. 5 and 6. Let me see if he's got this extra thing. Nope. Alright, so he's calling back and he says, keep fighting! Keep fighting! And he's, as he's like backing away and shooting with his longbow, so he's gonna try to take out the guy who's closest to him with a couple longbow shots.
Keep fighting while I run.
So he does hit that guy for 14 damage. That guy's still standing, but he's looking rough. That's the end of his turn. The 2 remaining gnolls are just going to attack who's in front of them. They are obedient. They use their spears. This one is a green one and the purple one. Both of them miss.
Nice.
Oh, good.
But actually, they
Don't
both
actually.
get... Right, I assume they have this thing. Yes. They both get to make bite attacks as they are like ready. Their enemies are looking wounded. So this is the green one makes a bite attack, and the purple one. But their enemies are well armored. The knights are fending them off in this final moment. The female knight seems to be the leader of this bunch. She looks at those in front of her, and she's going to try to take out the gnoll. Just kind of make her job a little bit easier. So she takes a couple great sword swings, but she's looking rough as she's trying to attack. She's looking very worried at the people behind her, and kind of looking anxiously over to you people who are coming and approaching, and not sure kind of what to make of you. So she seems a little flustered. Sabella.
She just watched me gut
Even
one of
after
these
we
gnolls.
helped them.
Is she seriously?
But there's also a gnoll amongst us, so.
Yeah, I mean, she's not really sure, like, if you're just coming to kill everyone, or, what the situation is. She seems anxious about you.
So notice, seeing how John and Blue seem to have the Giant Hyenas situation under control, I'm going to run up 30 feet. Let me measure that out real quick. I'm going to bonus action Misty Step another 30 feet. And that should put me right about here. So I disappear and reappear in kind of a bit of a cloud of like black leaves. And I'm going to take a couple attacks against this water elemental. Alright. I am going to... Actually, let me double check if Hexblade's Curse is an action or not. Or bonus action. Yeah, that's a bonus action. I can't do it this time. But maybe next time. Okay, so first attack. And I'm going to throw a smite on that. Okay,
forget.
so some math.
Always so much math. So that's
Nice.
what? That's 22, 30, 33, plus then another 12.
I think
so
it's 45.
45. Yeah, 45.
But some of it's fire damage. I don't know if that
Well,
does as much.
damn. No, surprisingly,
I think-
water elemental is not
Yeah.
resistant to fire damage.
What kind of Pokemon shit is this?
I know. Seems off to me too, but maybe I'll need to make some edits. For now,
Is
Phoenix
it
turns into
still
steam.
it is still alive. Yeah, this thing seems pretty hardy. That takes about, most of what it seemed to have left in it. It seems like it is barely holding its water form together.
Alright, I'm gonna take another swing then. And I'm gonna smite on top of that as well
Ooh.
for 26.
26. Okay. All right. Yeah,
Ooh.
it is on the ropes. It is barely holding it together.
Yeah, and after I do those two swipes, I imagine like the first one is just chopping straight down, and the one's gonna swipe with my blade straight back up, and I'm just gonna look at the lady in armor like, "Don't worry, we're here to help," and that'll be my turn.
She looks at you like wide-eyed, and then a grin comes across her face as she bars and feels like that gives her a new sense of confidence. Palouse.
Okay, I'll turn. I'm gonna just look at this thing, this giant hyena, and then I'm gonna talk in Nolish, and I'm gonna say, "Run! Your violence will end in your death if you do not." And then I will run over here, and I'm gonna
Make me an
cast.
animal handling check.
Okay. I'm not the best at that.
So you kind of I imagine you kind of reach out towards it to try to calm it, maybe.
Sure.
And as you do, it just takes a bite at you.
Okay. Well, I tried. I missed.
But you're able to dodge out of the way and then run over and say, "All right, fine."
And then I'm going to cast Sleep.
Ooh.
I know. Is there a way I can cast Sleep on these two without...
What is it? Is
Hitting-
it
It always targets the lowest HP, so
So there's no way I can,
you don't choose.
Put it in
It's
a certain
whoever
area?
has the lowest HP, and then it goes off. Of
I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is there a way to shape it in a way that it doesn't hit
well,
this?
what does it say? What kind of
I
shape?
thought it was
is
like
it
a radius.
20-foot cube, I think.
I thought it was like isn't it a radius?
It doesn't say.
It
What's
should
the,
say.
what's the spell? I'm sorry.
Sleep.
Sleep?
Sleep.
I'm looking it up right now.
It's
I think
everything
a
within
20-foot
the area and then from the whatever.
I imagine it's
20 creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose. So 20
is it a
feet.
square?
So I guess that's like a
No, it's a
20-foot
20-foot
Radius.
radius.
So I'll
So
pull
circle.
out a.
Okay, I've never
Well,
casted spells before, guys, okay?
I know.
okay.
I'm excited about it. I like this.
I
How do you
feel
have
like
this
you.
spell?
What?
How do you have this this spell?
I think it's being my paladin? I don't know.
I think it is a paladin for him.
Yeah, I think it's Redemption
Paladin.
Paladin. Because
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
have it, but it sounds in line with Redemption Paladin theming. So
So just the green and the purple, if I can. Is that possible?
I don't think it works like that. I think
Oh.
it starts with the. Oh, okay. No, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you
exactly
arrange
what
like
I'm
that,
saying.
yeah.
It's like that, then yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, cool. Then that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to cast it from there.
All right.
And I do-
Cool.
5d8.
So yeah, roll that.
25. Does anything go to sleep?
They both do.
Woo!
As they both just
Nice.
zonk out when you do that.
I love watching Josh plan out his walls of fire.
And that will be my turn for that.
All right, nice.
Nice.
So you put both of those gnolls to sleep.
Hell yeah.
Now Artemis, it is your turn.
So yeah, hold on. I'm drawing more lines here.
Should I delete your old one?
Yeah, go ahead and delete the old one. Fuck you. And then back over to here. Over here. You're never getting out of this funnel. And actually, I have it. Boom. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. Okay, I've got one more I could use. Let's go here. There we go. So Artemis, yeah, hang on, I have to move Artemis up. Let's see here. And yeah, another wall of fire starting from this point over here and extending in this bullshit zigzag way. Fire is going to be coming this way. Yay. And now that guy really is fucked.
All right, so he needs to make a
Dexterity saving throw.
dex save. Oh no, he definitely fails.
Oh, that's right. I upcast this because I have 5th level spell slots now. So he's taking 27 fire damage.
Oof. All right. So yeah, he takes that damage, and gives out a howl of pain, and just looks over in your direction. Doesn't really know where it's coming from in all the chaos. Can't really see you on the other side of this battlefield, but just growls towards those that are in front of it.
And that was my action. I am done.
All right. So the water elemental, going to, I suppose, just make an attack. It will try to fight back against you. Let me see if it can get back its ice. Nope. So it's going to try to fight back against you, Sibelin, with its trident. Make a few attacks.
Okay, I will use my reaction to cast Shield, which will bring my AC up to 26.
Alright, so it seems like it's going to get through as it's relentlessly attacking, and this thing is fast, but you block it with your shield, and the magic protects you, and you take no hits. This knight will close in on the water elemental. It gets a couple attacks. Take a couple attacks with its mace. The elemental's too quick, and when it does get through, it's armored, so it's not able to hit with either of those. And the knight back here is just going to pull out his crossbow as he's trying to stay back. He's like, I'm protecting the civilians. And it's going to shoot, but will miss wildly.
Whoa! Why are you shooting that thing?
And, okay, yeah, let's go back to the top of the order. Agony. What are you doing?
I am going to. The water elemental's still up, right?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to firebolt the water elemental, and I don't know if my spear is within 20 feet, because I think that's how much I can move the spear. I would move the spear close to it and attack it with the spear as well.
Alright, cool. I'm going to make those rolls for you.
Yes, thank you.
Firebolt and spiritual weapon. Alright, but as you make your attacks, neither of them are quite able to connect with that water elemental. It's a little too fast and a little too well armored.
I'm only a little bit afraid of it. Only like a little, you know.
All right.
Oh, and I'll
This
move like 30 feet closer too.
Okay, nice. This giant hyena is just gonna book it. So
Yay!
as it sees all this going down, it's going to try to run away. All right, but John makes an attack. 14 hits.
John.
You do some damage, but you're not quite able to take it down. As it runs away, you just kind of stick a dagger into it. All right, John. Oh, and then actually, it didn't disengage, so it's going to dash, so it gets another 50 feet. So it's going.
Okay. I'm not gonna attack it anymore, I promise. Question is, what do I want to do? Well, I'm probably just gonna 1, 2, 3, 6. Run up to here. And Chaka to water elemental
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
for 19 damage.
All right, so you stab into this water elemental, and you get right to the kind of the core of it as you're able to sneak up as it's distracted by those around it. And as you do, it just collapses into a puddle, and now there's just kind of a puddle of armor, and all of its armor just sitting in a puddle on the ground.
I will bonus action chuck a dagger at the purple hyena, or whatever the purple hyena over here.
But that one's
the
sleeping.
purple dot to the right of me. Oh, then not that one.
Yeah, there's
I will
two
hold the bonus action, and instead I will use the entertainer ability and make fun of the guy in the fire, telling him he's getting his ass roasted.
Roll me just a charisma check. Okay. This one is going to step forward towards you all. And he looks a bit dejected. And he looks angrily over at you, John. And he drops his weapons.
Nice.
And he says, in common, he says, "I surrender." Kind of holds his head down.
John looks at him and goes, "And your friends?"
He looks up at his friends who are both asleep on the ground. And looks at his other friends who are all dead. And just puts his head back down, dejected. Looks like a dog who knows he did something wrong, kinda, you know?
Hey, no more scoots on the carpets. Got it?
And immediately, this female knight storms over to him and grabbing some rope from her pack and just starts tying up his hands and saying,
Artemis, drop the wall of fire.
Do I have to? Okay, fine.
I nod at Palouse, and then I grab some of my own rope and start tying up the purple knoll.
Yeah, same. I'm doing green.
I'm just gonna watch her tie up this one knoll to make sure she does it properly.
Yeah, she seems to know what she's doing. She seems to be pretty proficient. And she
Not bad. I like the knot you chose. I would have gone with the so-and-so, but, it's each their own.
She turns to you and she says, "Well, you are an odd bunch, aren't you?"
Never heard that one before.
I'm gonna use my ability to heal this guy.
Okay, nice.
I'm gonna use the one where I take my own life to heal his life. So I'm gonna heal him. Let's do 20 points.
Oh, all right. He kind of grasps your shoulder, and looks you in the eye, and he says, "Thank you, friend."
Good luck, Hart.
You know, you really
Glad to
didn't have
help.
to do that. I could have done that without you having to do that.
The woman now says, "My name is Ushin Stormbringer. I am this most senior knight of the Knights of Samular. Thank you, friends, for helping us. We were outnumbered. I was worried there that we weren't going to be able to hold our own."
Good thing we heard the fighting in time.
The knight who retreated back now steps forward and he says, "I don't know, Ushin. I think we had it."
John starts laughing.
He kind of gives like a side eye to Palouse.
I'm gonna walk up to him, and I'm just gonna put a hand on my shoulder, and I'm gonna heal him up for 10 of my lay on hands. And I'm actually gonna lean in a bit closer, like, you did okay. It's don't be ashamed. It's okay to be scared.
Make a persuasion check as you.
If you had stood your ground and not run away, I could have turned you into a T-Rex and you could have chomped all their heads off.
Sibelian, as you say that, he kind of like looks down ashamedly, and kind of looks up like a little proud and says, "I wasn't scared." And then when you say that, Agony, he turns to you and says, "Wait, can you really do that?"
Well, yes, of course.
Ushin now speaks up and says, "Well, what gives us the pleasure of your company on this fine evening?"
And
After
we will just happen to be using the road here.
Well, actually, we were on our way to Summit Hall to meet all of you.
I look back at the hill we came across, and John, feel free to go along with this if you want, but I'm gonna like to imagine that when you slid down using the casket as like a board. I'm gonna look at where it's kind of in the dirt back at the hill, like, oh right, almost forgot about that. I'm gonna start rushing back to go grab the casket.
Says, "You are coming to us, you say? Really? Well, this would be the road that takes you there. What business do you have with the Knights of Samular?"
We have Samula. Or his corpse, at least.
At least we
Her eyes
think it's him. Assume.
And I by the time I get back holding up the big casket with all the runes all over it, he should be inside here as far as we can tell.
Yeah, I'll be carrying it as well.
She walks up to it hastily and kind of starts studying the inscriptions. And she goes, "How did you come upon this?"
In a graveyard. Well, it was in a graveyard and it was dragged out of the graveyard, so we followed it out of the graveyard into a cave where a necromancer woman was trying to do something with it.
And before that, it was apparently with the Mirabah delegation. They got hijacked. This fell into the wild, was claimed by a necromancer. We beat her up, and like Agony said,
"We've been waiting for this delegation for a few 10 days now."
Yeah, they got ambushed. At least that's what we found out.
Well, actually, we never found them, did we?
Yeah, we found the
found a lot of their bodies.
Yeah.
And you've met some of them, like Rundorth.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
met
so we
another
heard
one
the
that,
tale of what happened.
Yeah.
yeah, we met Rundorth and Broldenthar and all them.
Yeah. She says, Well, this is fantastic. You may have noticed, and she kind of gestures to the hills that are in chaos and apocalypse mode, and she says, you may have noticed that this isn't the best time to be a habitant of the Somber Hills. It's been difficult for us to send many of our members out. We've been quite busy trying to help people. She kind of gestures back to the wagon full of people.
Yeah, about that. We're kind of looking to do something about that actively.
Right. There's not much time left. The world's gonna end if we don't act.
She says, "What do you know about what's happening?"
Well, there's like 4 cults. They're gonna do some cult stuff.
There's a black stone.
Summon some ancient elemental beings, plural, probably.
Destroy everything.
We're all doing this down in this underground city, like right underneath us. I think we're like right above one of the big parts of it. Probably.
Okay, kids. Okay. Listen, you're feeding a whole lot here, lady. Listen, storms over there are the result of the activity of a bunch of evil elemental cults. Who, incidentally, I'll sort of gesture with my cane at the various knolls. These people are aligned with, I suppose.
Well, there was a water elemental here, so probably.
Right. Okay. So either way, we are on a mission to try to thwart their greater machinations, which are culminating down below, as Sablin was there saying. There's an underground city, used to belong to some dwarves, is now currently under control of mind flayers, but soon the cults are going to be attacking it. If they get what they want out of that city, they will, as Agony was saying, summon up their patron elemental monstrosities and unleash, I gesture at the storms, this everywhere. So we are in the process of recruiting would-be heroes.
Yeah, that certainly sounds pretty darn bad. Yeah, I think that sounds like something that we could maybe help with, but if you want our help us bring this casket back to the Summit Hall, back to our home. You can speak with our lore master, our elder, Sir Telgrim Holdeen. He will know. He'll be able to speak with you more about what's going on. And ultimately, it will be him who you should talk to about seeking this aid. If you want our help, we might need a few days to gather. We're quite spread thin around the hills right now.
Well, then let's not waste any time. Let's head there and talk to him.
Of course.
Before we do that, I'd like to perhaps do a ceremony with these gnolls here.
She, all 3 of the knights look at you with this look of like, what the fuck?
It's a lot to explain, but I'd rather just
It's
perform.
easier if he just does it. Yes, I've seen it done once before.
Right. I'll start piling 5 gnolls into a pile. All right, I'll start animating these here in a minute.
Not that.
That's a different ceremony. Their ceremonies are very clearly separated, not connected at all.
I think Agony was the only one who watched him do that one time because they were like under in the
everybody
underground.
else I think was up above.
I don't even remember how it worked. I think it was something about like shining the light on them and
something.
Yeah, it involved shining light on them or something like that.
Something.
I do remember that.
Max.
So as you request this, Ushin returns to you and she says, well, you've earned our trust, and we could certainly use a bit of time to gather ourselves. So sure, do your thing. I just ask that you at least spare one of them so that we can question them.
No, they're not. Well, they don't die from my ceremony.
Didn't the last ones die?
I think I killed them because they didn't convert.
Yes,
So
you killed
yeah.
them afterwards.
each
Yeah, but
individual
Artemis doesn't get
knoll,
that.
They'll still
each
remember
individual-
everything from beforehand.
each
They'll be
individual
fine.
knoll can make the decision for themselves if they wish to be converted. And Pox is the only one who actually did out of that group that I brought down, and the other ones didn't, and then I had to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you want to do this ceremony with these three?
Right.
So you do. You set up your. However you do this ceremony. Do you want to
forgot.
describe it at all?
Yeah. So I guess I would line them up to where I think I'd lined up rocks or something. I think what I was saying, and I put them in a certain pattern so where the rocks there's light can shine through, and I focus it on their foreheads,
Okay.
and then I do some sort of chant in Knowlish.
We'll say you could do that, by kind of going next to maybe one of these rocks, one of these ledges, and
Mhm.
setting something up with rocks so that there's like a little beam of light shooting through, and you arrange them as they're tied up. They aren't particularly willing, but with the help of others, you can kind of hold them in place. And with the beam of light shooting on their head, and you do your Knowlish chant. Why don't you make me a
I think I did a roll last time too.
Yeah, I feel like I want this
It
to
was
be.
like a religious one or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but this isn't about your intelligence so much as like your ability. So I would say maybe persuasion.
Okay. That's even worse.
Plus your religion bonus if you have a religion bonus. I don't know.
Yeah, do you have a religion bonus?
I do have a religion bonus.
Yeah, you can add your proficiency then, no doubt, because this is like a ceremony
Okay, so basically just a charisma check with my.
with your proficiency. Yeah.
Okay, so what's my proficiency +4? So just add 4 to this. Okay, that's pretty
All
fucking
right.
good.
Yeah,
Hey.
pretty fucking good. Oh,
Oh, actually, I just looked up redemption paladins. You can use a channel divinity to do something to add to your persuasion. You add like +5 to it.
Oh yeah, I do have something like that. Well, too late, but
yeah. I mean, I'll say that this was a great roll. And these aren't like particularly they've been beaten thoroughly and are captured and are away from their pack. So as you do this one by one, you see I think the way we described it last was like their eyes kind of clear up.
they soften their
They
features.
soften, their features soften a bit. And they all one by one come into the light of Hinaku.
Nice.
And you hear in your mind, Palouse, you hear, you have taken, you understand what it means to be a follower of humility. Yes, your strength does come from the same place as mine. You trust yourself, you accept your flaw, the empathy you feel for others. This is one of the hardest paths, but it is our path to take. Well done, my child.
Nice. I feel warmth.
You do. And as these gnolls kind of awaken to their new life,
Artemis walks up to one of them. No, you're doing it all wrong. Demons out of this knoll, and I start slapping him.
Hey, stop it!
Nice. So Ushin is like kind of confused about what's going on, and she says, "Okay, that was interesting. Uh, can we get going now?"
Yeah.
Yes. Let me. Okay. How are you?
I'm gonna talk to the gnolls that I just saved.
So two of them are pretty out of it from having kind of been asleep. They're still feeling pretty out of it, it seems. The other one, who was the leader previously, says, "What did you do to me?"
I gave you a choice. And you chose to stop the violence.
Feel strange. Feel less angry.
Good. Come with us.
And he does. He takes your hand and you kind of lead him back to the wagon, to the others, and they seem very, very happy and willing to follow you. Though they seem a bit disoriented, but are kind of following you now as their impromptu leader in this moment. And as you all kind of regather, as you all regather and prepare to continue on to Summit Hall, I think that's where we'll end it for tonight. We'll pick up next time as you continue to travel to Summit Hall.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. Damn, I forgot that you could do that. I forgot that you could convert nulls.
Yeah.
How many of those can you do like at once? Because it looks like you did like 3 at once there. So could we just get into like a big null encampment and just kind of mask for them and get a null army?
We never actually like decided on what this power is or how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe we
think
should maybe we should limit it.
yeah, I mean, it would, like, you had to do something to each of them one at a time, shining the light, doing the ceremony.
Yeah, like you gotta hold them down. Like they gotta hold still.
Yeah, I don't think
you can't
this is
just
a
be
thing we
like
could, like,
cast
You could
it
just do a
in an
mass.
area and
Yeah.
just have it
Yeah.
happen or whatever.
And you're really kind of acting as like a vessel for Hinaku in this.
Right.
So like, I think that you would need to be able to get a null in a position where you could like calm them down and get them in this position with the light and the ceremony that will then like open up a channel to Hinaku to then try to convince them.
I just want to get that. I just want to get the cool scene of Palouse fighting his brother, winning, and then just converting all the gnolls in a big ol' cinematic moment.
That would be cool. We don't even know. We haven't really done too much with the brother yet, so I guess we'll
Yeah,
see what
well, yeah, he's around.
happens. He's right
Bye,
next
Sam.
to me.
Bye, Sam.
Oh no, Sam.
Yeah, with these guys popping back up, we haven't seen the gnolls in a long time. So yeah, maybe Vo is his name Vo?
Yeah,
Vo.
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 I thought it was
Yeah.
Ro.
I don't remember. I think it's Vo.
I think you might be right.
I think it's
something
Vo.
O.
Yeah.
He might be closer than we think with us running to gnolls again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely tried to read up on Ryan's backstory before the Knolls came back. So
I think I need to do that myself, to be honest.
yeah, it's like so like it was so long ago that you sent me that information. It was kind of hard to find some of it. Like it's
Yeah.
like where
like a couple years ago.
exactly.
Basically.
It's been a hot fucking minute.
Yeah, that I'm sorry for Palouse and Sibellin. I feel like that encounter, y'all were so far away at the start. That's hard for you, martial characters.
It's okay. I got to use sleep, which was fun.
Yeah, I feel like it made you get more like creative in your way of getting over there and doing something, which was interesting. You both did awesome things. So
I also wanted to get into range so I could do the rebuke move, rebuke the violent. But I wasn't close enough to the lady. I would have used it on her.
Yeah.
You have to be 30 feet,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
like between Misty Step and now having Eldritch Blast, like if I can't get in range, I can either spend the resource to get closer to range, or I can just start sitting those out. So I got options if I'm like super far away.
Yeah, I have options too. I can still throw javelins if I really have to. And now I have sleep, which is kind of cool. I could also have casted Sanctuary on somebody too, which would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I guess it was interesting is it with the like them dying it made it there was like pressure to get over there.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
liked that a lot. It added a lot of pressure. Like, hey, how quickly can we get there, kind of thing.
I mean, you
I
say
always love fights with pressure. Pressure is great.
yeah. When it was like I didn't, my thought was also like I often will come up with a fight thinking about like what the story is, and then often it's like, well, but this fight isn't gonna be like you guys are so powerful that there's few things around that are like there's few things in these hills that are like genuinely challenging to you. So I was like, I was like, well, there's like some gnolls attacking these people, but yeah, having them attack the people, I think, helped make it interesting because like you guys could easily kill this
Right.
encounter, but it
Mhm.
was like how fast can you do it? To
We're
actually
still
save-
losing something.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, something's still at risk.
Right.
Yeah,
Even
Yeah,
if
that's
it's
a
not
smart
ourselves.
decision.
and like I did get lucky with that crit on the water elemental because that took a big chunk out of it.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I didn't think until people started dying right at the beginning, and I was like, oh, I hope this NPC who's like pretty important doesn't just die right now.
I might have.
I was like, I didn't really think about that possibility.
That's I was trying to
That
get
was-
so close. It's like, fuck. How do I heal one of these people like as much as possible without just using a shitty healing word?
I'm sure we would have figured it out. Like we would have been able to, like, talk to the folk that are there. I'm sure somebody would have lived, and then we probably could have got answers from them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It would have sucked though to lose like the main NPC though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's one for actually who's in the book. Like, you know how many
Oh,
how
cool.
Dang.
few of these NPCs are actually from the book? Like
Man, I don't know about y'all, but I am down for taking the coward knight guy who's seems to be a generic guy because he shares art with the other like three of them. I'm gonna turn him into a real knight. I'm gonna make him cool. I'm gonna take him under my wing.
Well, then I'm gonna take the no leader and I'm gonna make him cool.
Yeah. Sidekicks.
I'm gonna take the dead gnolls and make them not cool, but carry my
Make them-
things.
Make them not dead.
nice, awesome. Well, that was awesome. I'm excited. I'm
Definitely give
excited
that.
as we're kind of. It's been
Give that-
fun that we've been picking up this game like actually every other week. It's been fun to do this more regularly in this campaign.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
It's been a
Mhm.
while since like
Amen.
regularly run this campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while
It's
since
a lot of
we
fun.
got to like a new area too. I'm excited to see the what the whole like Samler Knights deal is.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, that's been
isn't
sitting on this map for a long time.
Yeah.
that coffin like the same one we gotta take to the Lich?
Or was it Lich who wanted us to take it
we
to
had to
here?
turn the coffin into these guys for the Lich.
This was what he
Oh.
asked you to do.
Oh, okay. I thought like
his
we
brother.
had to take it to him, not to these people.
So that's so interesting. I'm assuming the Lich must be a good guy, right?
I mean,
Well, I mean, maybe. I mean,
he's got
We might be
personal
able to find out
interests.
more
you could be a bad person, but still want your brother laid to rest.
But his brother was such a good guy. There's got to be
was
some tragic backstory with that Lich.
I was half thinking that this coffin was going to secretly like we get it to there and it pops open after it hits some kind of like prerequisite and then boom everything in the keep's now turned evil. I was expecting it to be some kind of trap from the Lich until I did the divine sense and saw that it was consecrated. I was like, oh okay, so it's probably actually like legit.
Well, who knows? Definitely come up with the small backstory for the leader Knoll.
Oh yeah.
I was honestly
Right.
expecting it to already be Vo, but
Or maybe it is
No,
Vo. I don't know.
I know exactly where Vo is right
I was
now.
about to say, I hope it wasn't supposed to be because I got really close to murdering him.
yeah, that's what I was thinking the whole time. Like, wait, I don't want to murder the leader in case it's Vo. But I also assume that if it was Vo, you would have said something a lot earlier. So
Yeah, you would have told me that I would have
Yeah, 'cause you
recognized
would
him. I'm
recognize
assuming.
him, yeah.
I
exactly.
am so hyped to meet Vo because I'm just picturing him just having like the cool slicked back Knoll hair and just wearing opposite color, whatever color Palouse typically wears, just full on a rival brother like cliche thing.
Have I talked about Vo at all with you guys?
I don't think so.
Not really.
I think just Eric, right? I've told you
think so.
a few things, right?
Yeah. I mean, I have notes about him.
I mean, since they're actual brothers, I would assume they would look like very similar in like their fur color or whatever. So then we would almost recognize him and or mistake him for Palouse from far away.
That's going to be a
He's
very
into an edgy
interesting.
boy and he's dying his fur.
Yeah.
That
they
will be an
twins?
interesting conversation.
Who's older?
I'm older.
Ooh, that makes it even more interesting.
Yeah.
Would be really interesting is if you pull the little ritual in Vo, but he still doesn't change. Or doesn't
That-
see to change.
That might happen.
Yeah, like the ritual works on him.
Because I think you were saying the ritual doesn't make them good; it just allows them to choose.
Right. Because the other ones
Right.
the other ones didn't choose to be good, and I had to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Only Pox.
Like they get the Yanogu corruption out of them, and they go, you know what? Even without Yanogu corruption, tell me to do this. I still am down for eating people.
I mean, one could say that maybe it's not removing corruption, but inserting goodness.
Corrupting them with goodness.
Yeah. Are Knolls black with white stripes or white with black stripes?
Yeah.
Essentially.
Do Knolls have original sin? Who knows?
Yeah.
All these Knoll deviants.
do Knolls dream, or do robot Knolls dream of electric hyena?
What?
Cyber plausibles. We should do that again. Or what's implausible? What's the name
a
of
book
that?
called "Do Robot
I
Sheep"
don't
or do what?
Do robots
Stream of
dream of
electric sheep?
Do androids
Of electric sheep, yeah.
dream of
Do
electric?
androids dream? Yeah, thank you.
It's what Blade Runner is based on.
Detroit become Knoll.
Yeah, that was good.
That was funny.
Sunbury Hills become Knoll.
So, Ryan, if you remember that you have that Google Doc with all the information about Palouse.
Can you send it to me?
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
It's
'Cause
probably
that's what
in your drive, ding dong.
I have it. I
Bruh.
have like a Princes of the Apocalypse Google Drive that I haven't looked at in a long time because now I keep my notes in other places. But I opened it up for this to like be like, okay, who are the Knolls? Who are these? Let me remember.
What are?
I was
Oh,
also trying
man.
to look at like because I used to do all my like session notes on Google Docs, and I do not
Bro,
do that.
I don't even remember we had a Google Doc, to be honest.
It's definitely
It's a
easier to
lot.
take notes on the computer than on paper.
Yeah.
For me, at least.
I love physical things.
I have such a hard time taking notes, just especially when I'm DMing. Like,
Yeah, there's like no time, really.
it's like I'm trying to like keep track, like what the fuck's going on. Let alone I have enough difficulty with that.
Yeah, whenever I do take notes, I just do it all at once at the end because, like, if I try to take notes in the middle of a session, I feel like I'm missing the session.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like every
That's
time
why I like
get-
the sessions are recorded.
Yeah.
Go back and consult.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I couldn't remember where we ended. Like, were you guys sleeping? Did you already rest? And so I just went and watched the episode.
I
Or watched the
completely
episode.
forgotten like what had happened in the Waterdeep party. Between B Team Adventures. If I hadn't gone back, I've been like, what the fuck happened at that party? Who was talking to who? Who was there? I don't remember.
It's like, whoopsie.
All right. I just sent you, and Discord, Ryan, the link to that
Yeah.
Google Doc.
Let's read it.
Read it out loud.
Because it's the 100 questions you did too.
I need to finish.
Did I
that.
do?
Oh, no.
Did I do it?
Finish that?
You did. Wait, let me see. You did.
Kyle,
up to
it's been like
around
4
Up
years.
to around 40.
40.
Oh man, I started that.
Right stuff later. I put in
years
some of
ago?
it.
There's
4
a lot
years
of
ago?
there's a lot of like many story later.
I'll throw some more in there. I'll finish it, maybe.
The last time I edited my 100 questions was October 15th, 2017.
Wow.
This game's been going since 2017. That's right. 4 years. It's awesome.
That is awesome.
Are
I
you
got to question
basically
20
optimistic or pessimistic? Aggressively optimistic.
Good answer.
That's very true to the
I've definitely nailed that one. That's for sure.
Aggressively optimistic. I like that.
I might finish my 100 questions. Actually, it's been so long since I actually thought about the 100 question thing, and how good it is for kind of deep diving on stuff. It's interesting.
Now I want to do a Gemheim.
Oh, I should
Do
do this
it.
with King. Oh man.
Just to think through it, like not even
You've probably actually put like at least enough thought of it into it, hopefully, now, outside of like the questions. You could probably see some of the questions and be like, oh, I have an answer to that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like a fun exercise to just think about the character.
I know, like over the course of the 4 years, I've revisited questions for Artemis and stuff like that. So it is a fun exercise and really gets the juice flowing again.
Yeah.
I like to see all the like what's it called? Quirks that I wrote down or things that I said the character does and I end up not doing it all.
Yeah. I know. That's like if I go back and look at the stuff I wrote for Gemheim, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that's very different.
I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to look it over.
I know King ended up a lot more goofy than I originally envisioned him being, and I think that's a good change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how goofy King is.
I think though, King also is super ruthless, but
Like he still is super
maybe
ruthless.
I like to think that King's goofiness is part of his new friends that he's made. Maybe you could say his first friends he's ever had.
I'd say that's accurate because before then it was him, his brother, and either people above him in the hierarchy or people way below him in the hierarchy. So no one ever felt like an equal to besides his brother.
Yeah.
Don't you hate your brother though?
It's complicated.
It's like you don't hate him, but you're very upset with
He
him.
doesn't understand why.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand why it went down the way it did, and that kind of eats away at him a bit. But yeah, it's complicated, which is why I'm excited for him to meet his brother in game, in whenever session that's going to happen, because it sounds like it's coming up.
It's approaching.
Next week.
Yeah, that's exciting.
At some we're also once we wrap up the whole Liar's Night arc, we also got to get Jim over to the Nut House so he can meet his brother.
I know. We need a lot of these brotherly reunions.
I notice Group 2 has a big theme of siblings. It seems like, because I think every one of us has some kind of sibling drama.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Laz, I think.
Laz doesn't really have sibling drama, but he does have he has a relationship with his siblings. I'd say familial drama is probably more appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, familial drama definitely because.
Yeah.
Oz as well.
Oz technically doesn't have quote unquote sibling drama.
Cousin drama.
Cousin drama. Arguably no cousin drama. It's just with his uncle that's the drama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. His uncle and kind of his all his family, sort of. I mean, kind of. I mean, they all seem to be. They all
They all
love
have
him.
their they all have
still.
their own take on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
is how I've tried to sell it.
I think it's pretty normal, right? I think most of them are accepting of him still. Some
Is
of them
there
are less
one-
accepting.
Mhm.
Is there one that's kind of just an ass like all the time? Do you?
Ord's son.
Isn't Eel kind of a dick too?
Eel's kind of a dick. Like he's probably of your uncles and aunts, Eel and I think it's Lod, Lo,
Load?
Lode are probably the most assholish. Lode's kind of an asshole to everybody, and Eel's. I mean, Eel's whole thing is that he's sort of like the family wet works guy, so he's not exactly a friendly person to begin with. You know, so there's that.
He takes care of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's the guy who murders people for a living, and it's guys like that don't usually come off as super friendly and charming and outgoing.
Yeah, but there was one that was kind of a rival to me when we went into this room. I don't know.
And that's Zoff. Ord's,
That's what I was thinking of.
Oh yeah, Ord's
Yeah,
technically youngest
Ord's
child, but
son.
but he would be the
which
he is
makes
the
a lot
heir.
of sense.
Yeah, because there's a Fredo situation where Tuck is actually older than he is, but is clearly not in any position to be leading the family. Yeah.
No, yeah. For sure, see.
Which incidentally makes, I believe, Oz second in line.
Does it?
Yeah.
Nice. All I gotta do is kill him. And I'm in.
Easy clap.
Just kidding, I would never do that. I already lost a cousin. I don't need to lose anymore.
What Eric said earlier about how King has that ruthlessness. I feel like I haven't done anything ruthless with him in a hot minute. Maybe I should push Oz to kill his family to rise to the top.
I feel like the thing that makes King isn't goofy. I would say King is ruthless. The problem is that the situations King finds himself in are so low stakes that his ruthlessness comes off as goofy. It's the contrast that makes him goofy.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I do like to play into the kind of inherent kind of comedy of how pretentious and full of himself he is, blowing back into his face, because I just find that comedic beat really fun.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. And one of my favorite moments is it was you and I think Izo at the cathedral. Izo's doing an actual sort of Harper deliver a mission, talk to this guy and find out more about Harper's and the job and all this stuff. Meanwhile, King is outside just chatting with the priests about his dating life, and they have no context for what's happening or who this person is.
I remember that when we got into the into the church, and I forget whether you say confessional or just confessionals came up. How would King interpret a confessional? An opportunity to talk about himself as much as he wants. And okay, I can play with this.
Oh man.
Yeah, everyone in the city just doesn't fucking take him seriously. He's like, okay, Your Majesty. Yeah, nobody gives a fuck.
And it's fun.
It's great. And the whole party's all for it. It's yeah!
Yeah, the parties are the most hyped for King behind himself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they get along so well.
Yes,
They
make
all recognize
King.
my greatness.
Make King King. We will do this. It must be done.
When you're not in danger of being killed by bugs.
Oh
grubs.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, who was the most in danger to being grubified last we left off? Was it Oz?
I have a
Oz.
feeling it's Laz, maybe? I'm not sure.
Or did Laz get
Oz?
out of the grip? Or
No, Laz got out, and
Laz got out, but I think he's still there.
Oz is currently in a grip.
Is he?
And
Okay.
And what?
And Gem is very close to one.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
The rock grubs.
The
OT
OT Yugs with the rock
tentacles.
grubs. fight in the other game.
Oh, that the fight that we're
In the
currently
sewer.
in.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not doing too hot with that.
Yeah, I'm like almost to the exit, and I wish I had more ways to actually help you guys get to the exit faster, but I don't know what I can even do.
So
with what I
wait, so
have.
hold person doesn't do anything?
Not the
And
monsters.
only against humanoids.
Oh, I didn't know that's how that worked.
Yeah.
Do
That's
you have
the
any
person
other
part of hold
status?
person.
Any status effect?
I think I have sleep. I've got
Yeah, they're probably not low enough.
yeah.
How would that affect the